Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a funny story that happened long time ago, so hope you enjoy. Um, I think I was like 13, my cousin was 14. I'm not gonna mention her name because I think she might be watching this and she doesn't want to get made fun of, so it was a long time ago. Well, how do I describe myself when I was young? Well, so today I'm, very shy. I get nervous a lot when I, talk to people because I get very scared and nervous. I prefer to talk more to the little kids, you understand? Because, they're the kind that don't judge, you know? Well, anyhow, I'm the type that's really shy and embarrassed and scared to do things. But once you get to know me and I get comfortable with you, you can forget about that. I talk a lot and I don't stop and I make jokes and I'm easy to, get along with. My cousin, on the other hand, she's crazy. She's down to do things. She's not shy at all. Never has been and probably never will. And she, she's just crazy. Funny, loving, caring. Well, I was 13. She was 14 because she's like a year older than me. At that time, I guess my parents always taught us, if something ever happens, we knew how to drive. Well, of course, I was 13, but we will drive and always practice in a dirt road where we live. It's like all like mountains and dirt stuff and everything like that. So they will take us to like practice, and my other brother that comes after me because I have three brothers. And we will like always practice driving and in case of anything happened. Well, her on the other hand, she lives in a big city, so she didn't really get to experience that. So that one time we went to go visit her. I'm not gonna say where she lives because like I said, I don't want her to get made fun of or her name, But we went to go visit my family, and we were in her room, and I was on vacations, and I think she was still going to school. And I told him like, hey, we should go to the store, and buy hot Cheetos, things that you do when you're with your cousin and everything or your family. And she's like, yeah, let's go. So I asked my parents, I'm like, can I borrow the keys? We were gonna go, listen to music. So we were in the car, listen to music, and I came with this idea of like, hey, let's drive to the store and get some hot Cheetos and whatever we're craving. And she looks at me because she's on the passenger. I'm like in the driver's seat. We were listening to Selena, rest in peace, my idol. Um, and she was like, "Well, do you know how to drive?" I was like, "Yeah, I know how to drive." And she's like, "Well, I do too." I was like, "Okay, well, you could drive. Be my honor. I mean, go ahead." And so she jumps to the driver's seat, and I go to my passenger. I'm already putting my seatbelt, and then there's this one guy that still lives there and knows both of us. Well, our families, because she lives over there since we were little. So he was cleaning his car and he was watching what we were doing. So my cousin, the car was, well, the van. It's like those vans that are really big and they have like a big bed and they have the two seats. Well, anyhow, so the car's already on and she's like, what do I do? But in my mind, it didn't click. Like, if she knows how to drive, she should already know, what to do. And I tell her, like, put the brake and then put it to drive. The D for drive, and she's like, oh yeah. So then she does it and let go of it slowly, and I'll let you know if there's any cars coming. And she's like, okay. So then I'm like, oh, you're clear. I'm telling her like, you're clear, so you could reverse and then drive. Well, this girl puts drive, and knowing that there's a little bit of space, because there's cars in front of us, like parked, and then the other side, and she puts drive. Let's go of the brake. Well, here's the little car, and here's the man, and it goes up like that. There's nowhere to even see what happened to the little car. And she just looks at me and she's white. When I mean white. And it's like I'm watching a ghost, and I could see like her face. She's like so scared. Like, what did I just do? I'm looking at her like, uh. And the guy across the street is looking at us like, what did these girls do? And she takes her seatbelt off, runs to the back of the van, like in the I forgot. Anyhow, she runs in the back and she's hiding, so I can't see her face. I can't see nothing. And in my mind, it clicks like, in my mind, I'm not thinking about where did she go because I know she's inside the van. I jump to the driver's seat, and as you know, me, a professional in my day, supposedly, I put it like in reverse slowly because, mine, there's a little car that's, smaller than the van that we're driving because it's big. We're like this, and I slowly like reverse, and it felt like I was in a lowrider. It was just like hopping, like boom, boom, like. In my mind, I was like, oh, I hope nothing happened to our car because I'm gonna get killed. She's gonna get killed. And as soon as I reverse it, the guy just keeps like looking at us. And then I take my seatbelt off. I don't even know why I put it on, but I take it off and I go find her. So I'm like walking the little hall. Well, not the hall, but the little path. And I look behind, and then the little storage for the. I guess it's not called like a trunk, but anyhow. And I look for her, and she's like hiding, and she's like, all I could see is her eyes. And I was like, what are we gonna tell our parents? I was like, we're gonna die. He's like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Let's get out of here, like panicking. So in my mind, I was like, what am I gonna tell my parents? Like, they're gonna kill me. I should never done this. I shouldn't even mention to drive when we're like young, don't even have a license. And it's her, instead of her waiting for me, like, oh, what is the story we're gonna come up so we both don't get killed in the process. She opens her door, runs flying to her room, and I have to come up with a story. I was like thinking, like, what am I gonna come up? Are they gonna believe it? Am I gonna die tonight? Am I gonna get? I didn't even know what was gonna happen. I walk in, and then there's like the living room, and then you turn to her right, and there's like the hallway, and there's like her room, her brother's room, and you keep going like it's like my aunt's room and the bathroom. Well, I couldn't see her in the hallway anymore, and I was like, "Mom, Dad," and then looking at me, and my aunt's looking, and her husband's looking. I was like, well, and I had overalls, and she had overalls. I was like, well, we were listening to music, and I dropped like my lip gloss, and one of them got stuck, and I hit the drive, and I went boom to the other car, and I crashed. I took the fall, even though it was not me, but I was the one with the idea, so it was my right to take the blame. And my parents' faces were like looking like, okay, should we laugh, thinking that I was joking around, or should we be mad at that point? And my aunt is looking at me and her husband, and they're mad already. Like, they're calling my cousin, and my cousin's nowhere to be found. Um, and then my parents are like, "What happened?" And I was like, I told them the story again to see if they were gonna believe me, and give them the keys. And then my aunt says, like, "That's the neighbor's car. We're gonna have to go talk to him." So all four of them go. By the process that they're going, I go into my cousin's room. I'm trying to look for her, like in the closet. I look for her in her room. I look under, and she looks like you just seen like a ghost. Like, you could barely see her eyes, and her face was just like twitching. And then I was like, "You just made me take the blame." I was like, "Get out from there." She's like, "No, no, if everything's okay." I was like, I'm not sure if everything's gonna be okay. I'm like, when I reversed, I didn't see nothing to the car, but who knows what the lady again is going to say, because she's the type that does not take. Well, she's no longer alive, so rest in peace. But she does not take anything. She gets mad for everything. And they were coming, and I could hear them like talking because her room is like where the front of the house is, and I could hear them talking, and then they call us, and I'm like so scared, like we're going to die. And then She's like all scared, shaking, and my heart was like pounding. I was like, I'm never gonna ever see her again. We're never gonna come visit. I probably lost all my vacation, being grounded. It's not gonna be fun anymore. And my parents' faces were like laughing, and my aunt was not so laughing because she was like like mad, and she was like she was all cussing. Well, not cussing, like mad at my cousin, but like cussing because you know how the Latinos families are. You know, they over exaggerate and they cuss, and at times it's not over exaggerating because they're really mad, and it's you have to be mad. And she was like, I can't believe that. Why would you want to, do that, blah, blah, like cussing? Not like, anyhow, just like the little tiny bad words, that Latinos parents say. Not the really ones that want to throw you the chancla. No, not that kind. And my parents were just like looking at me, and they knew I was just like lying, but they don't want to like admit it. And they were like laughing, and my mom said, "Why are they laughing? Are they laughing because in their brains are like, yeah, we're gonna get you when we get home, and you're gonna pay," or laughing because they thought that it was funny how I was explaining it and coming with that weird, story that they still didn't believe. So my heart was still pounding, and she runs to her room. She's like, I can't believe, what happened. And I'm like telling her, like, what happened because she asked me what happened. And she's just like laughing. And I'm looking at her like, seriously, like, it's not funny. I had to take the blame, and you just flew. And you made me just like take the fall. And you could have been my cousin and helped me with this idea. She's like, it's because you're a pro. You could fool anybody because you're all innocent and everybody believes you. My eyes are watering. And then I was like, I can't believe that. So I joke around with her and I tell like every year to put like a candle there, like to make her mad, because I'm messing around with her. I was like, put a candle every year there and remember what happened. And she's like laughing, but I could tell like she's like offended because she doesn't want to admit that I'm the cool cousin. Um, and she's like, it's not funny. I was like, well, I was like, you're lucky we're alive. And the guy still sees us, and they're like, damn, those other girls, they were so crazy, Like, what were they thinking? And I'm like embarrassed every time I see him because it's like, what in his mind, what did he even think was, Like, oh, look, those little mocosas, like thinking they're all pro and they're like minors and they, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. And I still laugh. And I joke around with my cousin. I tell her, like, like, imagine you would have killed us. Imagine if her car would have been damaged, like her window would have been broken, or like, or the back of her car. The only thing that happened was just like where the plate is at, it's like it got folded just a little bit. Like, when you walk into a plate and it gets caught in your clothes and it kind of bends and you like pull it. Well, it was just like a little bit. So she was like, oh, no, nothing. But don't let it happen again. I was like, well, I don't think in my mind. And my mom's like, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. Before I even think about that, I'm going to have a license, so I don't get killed. And I don't know. It just, the crazy things that you do, with your close cousin. Well, since I don't have no scissors, I look at her like my sister. And I don't know. It's just, at that moment, you don't even know the risk that you don't get into until you get a little older, and you process it in your mind, like, what could have happened. Like, the store wasn't even that far. It was just like, it's like my aunt's house, and you keep walking, and then there's like a little tunnel, and you were like walk, and then there was a park, and then the little stores. We could have just walked, you know what I mean? But since I wanted to feel all old and risk, I guess, my life, I wasn't thinking about my future, you know what I mean? The things that we did, I don't even know. And imagine, now that I think about it, imagine if something really, really would have happened. Like, we could have gone to a car accident, with not even being in the insurance, you know what I mean? Like, what would have happened if we would have hurt someone? I don't even know. It's just crazy. I don't even know what was happening into our minds. But yeah, that's the crazy stories, that we did. We did other stuff. If you guys want to hear more about, the haunted stuff that happened, with me and her, Um, the other more funny stuff that happened. I have made so many memories with that girl. They have been with ghosts. It has been with, getting hurt, with, doing something crazy. I don't know. Like, let me know if you want to hear more stories. I know that I'm gonna have to do another one because I was asked to do the ghost story. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye.